Alright, we're live now. So, wala pa tayong viewers. No? So, hintay muna tayo. Um, Sorry, I was like for the audio. Thank you, Francis. No, thank you, Francis. No, for telling about the volume. I actually like discuss like talk about distribution already, how a business can improve. So wala pa pala akong audio. Anyway. Hi, good evening, Francis. Thanks for joining. If you have any like questions or any clarifications, feel free to ask questions. I'm happy that you joined me today or tonight. So hope you could stay and just uh, stay all over the throughout the streaming. I mean the live for tonight. Okay. If you have any question, you can feel free. No? Hi, Kisaragi. Good evening. Thanks for joining. So this is actually a night. Every night I do live and waiting for some clarification, things to discuss for some of my students and maybe my subscriber as well. Some of my subscribers. So if you have any, it's intended for a business discussion. Hoping that I could answer questions that coming from you guys. Okay. Thank you. So you're my viewer for tonight. So thank you for joining. Ayan. If you have any questions or clarification, though, so feel free please to ask. So I'm like actually try to talk about distribution no, for different like businesses. So yeah, yun yung aking mostly topic every night business areas. And yeah, I was able to open the. I have like four viewers now, so thanks for joining. Hello. Yeah, it's like on and off, but it's improving. Okay. So if you join, please. If you have any like wanted to clarify things out. Actually, as I mentioned earlier, now I'm talking about distribution. Uh, hi, it's hi to Francis. Thanks, Francis. And what's this one? Let me open some notes over here. Okay. Okay. I checked the papers earlier. All right. Thank you so much once again for joining me here. And yeah, earlier I talked about distribution. Hi, Cedric. Good evening. Um, thanks for joining. And you can actually raise questions. So I talked about distribution earlier. In a in a as part of the marketing strategy. So distribution like plays a vital part in business. So it is very important and it is a must for an individual or a business to strengthen and to out also like define a much what we call this a much cheaper but effective way of distribution. Nowadays, a lot of people go online because of the pandemic, but we still cannot deny the fact that Filipinos still love to dine in, and that's one of the reason why with different businesses, big or small, they still wanted to have like a traditional face-to-face transaction. Because unlike with other country, markets are used to order or do online transactions a lot more than physical interaction. So for that reason, in the Philippines, it's really very vital that the distribution are being designed efficiently. Okay, because you have the product, but it's not reaching. the market, then that's actually a nonsense thing. So it's very important that the product reaches the market. No? So in distribution, they have the so-called right product, the 5R: right product, right place, right time, right cost, and right customer. So if you look into that one, so when you have a particular product, you have to make sure, and you have to what we call this, you have to be very particular when it comes to your distribution system. So like say for example, you have a business, you can like make like a simple diagram on how your product reaches the market. So it's either you from your end, it's either there is a distribution, or there is like a delivery directly from you to the customer, or you can either use as a retail store, or you can use like a distributor, a simple retailers that would bring your product. That would also be because it may be difficult for you, especially if you're just started, to like just distribute the product from your end. So it's better that you can also use like a small retailer, small distributor. Then from there, you can also actually do partnership. So I keep on mentioning, you can do partnership marketing. So aside from being direct retailer, so you can even ask your friend, to like directly distribute your product for them. So any ways that will bridge your product from your end to the customer, it's very very important, especially nowadays. And the main concern of an efficient distribution is to lower the cost. So let's take up the example of say for example, Nestle Philippines, or maybe McDonald's. So if you look at McDonald's, like present all over the world, so they uses Hobby Foods to be their partner in terms of like bringing the product, from the McDonald's itself, to each and every what we call this outlet, or franchise. So you can just imagine how big is the distribution, considering that McDonald's is of course like a foreign business. It's just like very like difficult how they handle the logistic part now. But of course, when there is a very good system that is being developed, then it will not be that difficult, because it's the supply chain, it's the logistic part who is going to carry out the product down to the every what we call this outlet. No? Sila yung nagdadala. So in some other way also, one way of doing distribution, yung ginagawa ng mga franchise businesses. So when they start the business, and then they have their own outlet, and when it become bigger, then if no enough funds to open up some branches, you can use franchising also as way of bringing your product to a different market. So you can actually use it. A franchise type or franchising. So yan, yung may kami tayong franchising sa Pilipinas. Kasi yun nga yung isang way na ginagawa ng iba para lang makarating yung produkto sa merkado. Kung limited yung iyong funds, then yeah, it's the best way to offer franchise. That's actually that maybe some may not going to directly accept on it, but franchising is one of the best way of bringing the product right there, to a different market. Sabi ko pa nga dati, another very simple act of distribution, yun sa Pizza Hut. So it's a fine dining business, no? But because there were like customer. Hi, Cassie. Good evening. Thanks for joining. No? Thanks for joining with me tonight. Maraming salamat. So yun, yung CC Pizza, it's like fine dining restaurant talaga yun. fine dining yung kanyang concept. There is a takeout from the restaurant. But there is like ano kasi, there is like some market, may mga customers na kasi sabi ko, gusto lang kumain ng pizza. No? Wala silang balak mag-dine in. But they can be like passers-by who would like to eat pizza. So what they did, so they have this pop-up store, no, kung nakita natin sa mga malls, yung mga maliliit na kiosk. And you can buy, no? Even like it's a buy one take one pizza. Then even if just a passers-by, you have no time of dining in, you can just you know have some and then like to go type of distribution. So yung market nun, yung mga tao na who likes pizza but don't have time to dine in. So they gave an opportunity for the people to actually eat pizza in a day without any considering of like dining in, in a restaurant. So that's another way of distribution actually, and it makes sense, no? Dynamic pricing sa bigas. Well, it's a basic commodity. It is applicable, but it's not that much changes that happens. No? Unlike sa gasolina, madalas yung up and down, up and down. So bigas kasi, right nowadays, it has a very stable price. Why? Just because of this importation law, yung the rice tarification law, where we allow to import rice, no, from other country. The prices are become stable, not become stable. But if you were to ask like if it's possible, yes, no? But nowadays, yeah, it's difficult to use dynamic pricing anymore. Kasi stable yung supply, no? Something like that. So usually, dynamic pricing can be efficient and effective if there is an unstable supply of goods. Pwedeng-pwede yung dynamic pricing na gagamitin. So, pagka unstable, mas effective siya. Ayan. Pero pag mga stable yung supply, then yeah, it's like difficult to make use of a dynamic pricing. But you can actually use also dynamic pricing sa bigas in somehow kapag iba-iba yung variety, no? Pwede kang yan katulad ng mga nakikita nga natin sa market. So iba-ibang variety yung rice. So iba-iba din yung concept ng pricing niya. So you can apply the other side of dynamic pricing in there. But most of the time, it is just really effective kapag unstable yung supply. So, bago yung rice tarification do, pwede. Actually, nangyari ngayon sa bigas no, yung biglang tataas, biglang bababa. No? So, it's like, so, but because of that, the government find a way, and then, yun, naging stable. Uh, si Balagni, ang ganda ng iyong, siguro nag-i-stream ka ng Miss Balagni. Kasi ganda ng iyong pangalan. Ask ko na lang po ito if magkaroon pa ba ng live defense. Yung video po ba na i-upload sa channel namin is presentation. Yeah, it's just a video presentation. So as a group, you have to present each part. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. So kung ano man yung mga chapters na ipipresent ninyo, yun yung iyong ipipresent. So recorded yun. And then from there, what we call this, isasubmit nyo, then wala nang live presentation. So ibibigay ko lang yun sa mga panel, then the panel will check on it. Then whoever channel that, whoever like panel na makapag-join, they will be joining. They will be joining. Pero pag hindi, magbibigay na lang sila ng mga questions and I'll be the one asking you. So yung defense, live defense, will just go straight with a question and answer. So mas limited yung oras natin. Mas mamamanage natin yung oras. Okay? So and you have actually chance to change how you present kasi that's graded eh. So since it's recorded, you have a way to like do it from again and again, lalo na kapag medyo nahirapan kayo sa what we call this, nahirapan kayo sa or may mga mistakes, may mga gusto kayong ayusin, may mga gusto kayong baguhin, ayan, pwede ninyo siyang ayusin. Nakaka-excite daw yung, alin yung nakaka-excite? Is it the presentation? Yeah, actually, uh, we're doing this no para masanay kayo. Uh, para masanay kayo as you go along your way no to kasi lagi ninyong yung tandaan, lalo na ngayon first year kayo, you always have to find room, to find time to improve and develop your skills as a marketeer. So check more maybe page or maybe like if you have books, or if you have a chance to listen to of course so experts, you can watch some video also, other video on YouTube para at least medyo ma-improve niyo pa yung inyong skills. Hi JM Puliante, good evening. Thanks for joining. Sabi ni Cedric, pero nakakalungkot din na last act na namin for Friday. Bakit naman last act? Okay. So, you've done so much. No? You've done so much naman. Yung nag-last nga, nag-submit din kanina, sina Blanco, no? Binasa ko yung kanilang paper. It's good, no? Na-address na yung, siguro dahil nakikinig si Blanco dito, na-address na bago ipinasa yung chapter 3 nila. No? And I'm able to check, may nag-submit sa akin kanina ng may finances, sina Aliyah yata yun. I forgot kung sino yung team, may nag-submit na ng chapter 4. So, it's a very good, content ng kanyang financials, no? Parang hindi ko lang napansin yung credit template, no? Ayan, so, well, I'm actually like hoping that I'll be able to handle the entire first year no sa next term lalo na sa new product and new market development kasi at least masundan yung learnings from IBP to new product and market development. So yeah, I'm just also hoping for that one. But what I've known is that I'll be assigned sa market research. No? So parang doon ako malalagay sa market research. So parang sabi nila I'm much needed on the market research part. But I'm still hoping that I'll able to handle new product and market development. New product and new market development. Kasi it's also a very exciting subject because that deals with finding an opportunity both in a product and in a market. So it's actually a subject that would enlighten students when it comes to how new product is introduced into the market, how what you should be doing first before you develop product. Aside from a survey that you did, that's finding opportunity kasi yung ginawa ninyo, ano, what we call this, you identify opportunity first based on the survey na nakuha natin. Though hindi pa talaga siya yung full-fledged, no? But those questions that the line of questioning, I mean how you develop your survey questionnaires, it's actually the same thing that you're going to do with market research and all other marketing plan, feasibility study, um, what else, business plan. So same actually yung format. So yeah, that's why I always encourage you guys to, if you really have time, take time to improve your skills because it is really very I always mention that business is a priority, not an option. No, and I've been hearing a lot from students, no, that or even non-students, no, that they will put up business, no, after they were able to save money. So it's really a wrong notion. So ngayon pa lang, you could actually, start thinking about business. Start thinking like, because it would be more easy for you students to understand discussions if you're really into like, into learning about business. It's very, very important. So sabi ko nga, no, before, I have like a student also. So they have a bakery. This is located in Blooming Creek, dun sa Maynila. No? And of course, yung market ng bakery, kung ano yung malapit doon sa bakery. No? So, kung ano lang yung malapit dyan sa bakery, yun yung market niya. So, sabi ko, you have a chance to expand and maybe cater the market of a different barangay. Sabi niya, sir, mahirap kasi magastos yung oven. Bibili pa kaming bagong oven. Tapos, father ko lang din yung nag-debate at saka saka mayroon na siyang katulong. So mag-hire pa kami ng tao. Mahirap po talagang mag-hire ng tao and at the same time mag-monitor at mag-manage. So sabi ko, you don't have to do that. You don't have to buy another oven. You don't have to hire another people. So it's just very simple. No? And a very, it won't really take much cash for you to establish another branch and or another outlet and to cater a different barangay. So I've asked her kung mayroon silang kaibigan, kamag-anak sa ibang barangay. Sabi niya, sir, meron naman. Sabi ko, okay, what you have to do is just buy the display cabinet, yung glass na display cabinet na pinaglalagyan ng tinapay. And then bake the bread doon sa lugar kung nasan yung inyong bakery. So, sa lugar, sa house lang daw ito eh. So meron lang yung garahe, ginawa nilang bakery. So doon sa inyong bahay niyo siya i-bake, then dadalhin niyo na lang yung bread doon sa at kung ano man barangay, kung ano man yung kaibigan niyo na kung saan niyo din nilagay yung glass cabinet, yung display cabinet ng bread. And every morning, sabi ko, magdadala kayo doon ng tinapay na pandesal. Pwede niyong ilagay lang sa loob ng styro, kasi pag nasa styro yan, matagal mawala yung init. And then you have the outlet there already. So wala kang taong inalagaan, wala ka ring binili na 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 oven at wala ka rin gagastusin sa kuryente na malaki. So ang gagawin mo lang yung taong kausap mo doon kung saan mo nilagay yung iyong display cabinet or glass display ng bread, commission na lang. So kung halimbawa 2 pesos ang halaga ng pandesal, bigay niyo sa kanila ng 150. And then sila na magbenta ng 2 pesos. Para may 50 cents naman sila bawat pandesal. So wala kayong binabayaran, binigyan niyo pa ng business yung tao na yun, which is the bakery concept, wala ngang oven, pero idinideliveran niyo siyang tinapay. So sabi ko, para hindi naman malaki yung lugi o whatever, baka malugi, check na muna kung ano yung mga bread na mabenta, maliban sa pandesal sa umaga. So ano pa yung mga bread naman? So you have to do market testing. So ginawa nila yon. And sa 4 na yata yung branches nila ngayon. So walang ano to, walang mga ovens lahat yung outlets. So, talagang yung glass cabinet lang. Sabi nga niya, meron daw isang maliit lang na parang 4 lang na tray ng tinapay yung display. Sa bahay lang talaga, pinatong na dun sa ano. Pero meron siyang available na pandesal every morning. So, inano to, yung sa sidecar, naka-styro, dinadala from Blooming Creek dun sa iba't ibang area sa lugar nila. So, 4 na yun. So, ang kagandahan ngayon, yung market share, lumaki. Sa halip na ito lang yung area niya, ito lang yung particular area. So naging 4 ngayon. 5, pang-5 yung outlet sa 4 na outlet, different maliliit na outlet tapos sila. So yung mga nasa malayong lugar na gusto nilang serve, na-serve nila nang hindi sila nagbili ng modem, hindi sila nagbili ng oven, hindi sila nagbili ng what you call this, hindi sila nagbili ng other mga materials pa na kailangan. Wala rin silang binabayarang tao. Kasi yung nagbe-bake, same lang, doon sa same place lang. So actually, nalaman ko, nagdagdag ata sila ngayon ng 2. Pero doon sa bahay, na katulong na. Kasi dumadami yung ginagawang pandesal. Yan. Hi, Brian Daguliano. Thank you so much for joining. Good evening. Sabi ni Balagme, Sir, pag graduating students po ba, yung feasibility study thesis, sana kayo na rin po, Prof namin. Usually, sa TC, yes. Yeah, usually yan. But if not, ako yung advisor ng TC. Katulad ngayon, meron akong hawak na isang grupo ng kasi may mga special subject na petition of feasibility study. It's really a good, it's really like a nice subject. Kasi doon, kung ano yung natutunan mo dito sa, ano, sa ginagawa natin, ma-apply mo definitely yan doon. And, yeah, dati ang mga estudyante, takot sa PC, hirap sila kasi, ano, but since na-develop na sila mula first, yung mga bago kayo, yung sinundan nyo pa uli, lalo. So, ito kasi, kayo yung batch at saka yung sinundan yung batch lang yung nahawakan kong IBP. Though I am the one, part of the one who developed the syllabus and the course part. But I usually seldom assign sa first year. Talaga nag-request lang ako last term pa, last year, kung sinundan yung batch. And I was given a chance naman to handle. And I'm very happy. So, kaya, yan, nag-umpisa akong mag-develop ng YouTube channel. 1 year pa lang itong aking channel. And sabi ko, tumigil ako ng ilang buwan, but I received so many requests from students, former and new students, mga dati kong estudyante. Yun. Ayan. Mga dati ako estudyante na, yun, nag-request din. That's right, we can do some video na pwede namin mapanood just in case na meron kaming kailangan. And then, yeah, I was able to develop this. Hi, Apple, Mr. Rob, thank you for joining. And yeah, so sinare ko lang yung isang strategy ng distribution, ano, na kung saan hindi mo naman kailangan ng so much, no? Kasi sa franchising, no, kaya sila nagpa-franchise kasi kung wala kang pera to open another branches, so offer ka ng franchise. So si franchisee na yung magbabayad sa iyo, tapos yung ibabayad niya sa iyo, yun na yung i-develop mo dun sa store niya. Tapos bibigyan mo na lang siya ng product mo. So it's really like, you know, a best strategy also to improve your distribution channel. Ayan, so yun nga yung senior ko na hindi mo kailangan. Sabi ko, you don't need to buy. So ito lang yung i-invest niyo. Siguro, mga more or less, 5,000 pesos, 6,000. Baka wala pa yung 10,000 pesos. You're able to have a new, one glass cabinet for bread display. And it works, no? So, ayan, nakarami na rin sila. Sir, just want to ask lang, gusto ko mo gumamit ng market penetration pero ayaw mong mag-lower ng price. Pwede po ba yon? Gusto mong gumamit ng... Actually, yung market penetration kasi, yan yung naging problema, no? Yung market penetration, masyado siyang na-attribute sa pricing strategy. Okay? Actually, ang market penetration per se, so hindi naman talaga siya pricing, a sole pricing strategy. When we talk about market penetration, this is talking about how are we going to penetrate the market so that we're able to touch or we're able to access yung mga customer natin doon sa market na yon. So if the question is, pwede bang mag-market penetration nang hindi magbaba ng price? Pwede. Definitely pwede. No? Kasi kung yung market mo is value-based or a competition-based market, hindi mo kailangan babaan yung presyo mo. The other strategy that you may use to penetrate that market is not just price alone, no? You either make use of your you have to put so much emphasis on your distribution. The way you bring the product to the customer. So, you either intensify your distribution, so palakasin mo. Katulad nung example ko, isa lang yung branch niya doon sa Bloomington. Tapos gusto niya i-penetrate yung market doon sa ibang barangay. Kaso lang, kasi hindi niya siya makaka-penetrate kasi malayo sa kanya. So, kaysa naman pupunta sa kanya bibili ng pandesal o anumang bread, doon na lang kung saan mas malapit. So, to penetrate that, ang strategy na dinidevelop, market development. So, hanap siya muna doon ng mga kakilala or mga willing mag-business ng bakery na walang oven. So, bibigyan lang sila ng stante ng ganon. Tapos, sila nang bahala. Tapos, discounted pricing na lang ang bibigay. So, pag sinabing discounted pricing, 2 pesos yung pandesal, 150 lang ibigay mo. Tapos, siya nang bibenta ng 2 pesos. Tapos, yung other bread, ganun din. Basta may kita lang yung tindahan na yun. So, By doing such, you penetrate the market. Nakapasok ka sa merkado na yon, solely not talking about price. So you just simply do market development. So pinag-aralan mo yung market, and then the distribution concept mo ngayon is more on the retail, more on like partnership type of marketing. So nakikipag-partner ka dun sa mga bahay na willing, no? Willing magtinda, willing magano, wait a minute. Willing siyang magtinda, willing siyang to have business, no? So ayun, nakapag-penetrate siya sa iba't ibang barangay. It's not talking about price. So it's just simple market development and then intensify distribution. So ayun. Um, pwede pa nga sabi ko kung gusto kung mayroon pang willing, no, na halimbawa meron kang motor tapos wala namang gamit yung motor. So ang gagawin lang ng motor, lalagyan mo lang ng styro yon tapos pupunta ka lang either sa palengke o kung saan. Wala kang pwesto, no? So makikita nyo naman yan, marami yan sa Maynila, sa probinsya, usong-uso yan. Yung parang nilalako mo yung pandesal. So parang puto ang dating. So that's distribution. No? That's another way. And by doing such, you're able to penetrate the market na kung saan hindi mo kayang abutin doon sa iyong doon sa iyong what we call this, yung standby store. Kasi malayo na sila eh. No? Actually, I've seen that one kasi meron nga akong online market, no? Nag-online market yung nag-asawa. So, namimili kami sa madaling araw base dun sa mga order ng mga customer. So, kami yung nagkakandak. So, pagka pumunta kami palengke, may nakikita ako sa palengke. Palengke yan. So, meron siyang hilahilang kariton, tapos meron siyang dalawang styro box, dalawa, lalaki. Punong-puno ng pandesal yun. Tapos, iikot pa siya sa buong palengke ng Marikina. Tapos yun, bibigay na siya. That's distribution. Wala yung bakery doon, dinala lang niya yung tinapay doon. Tapos yun, nag-distribute na siya ng pandesal. So, isa na-interview ko siya. Sabi ko, gaano mo katagal na uubos yung isang dalawang box na yun? Sabi niya, sir, mga 2-3 hours, ubos na to. Sa dami ng tao dito. So, meron na siya mga suki-suki na binabagsakan lang niya. Pandesal. So, naging convenient pa tuloy doon sa mga tindahan doon kasi hindi na sila maghahanap ng pandesal. Hindi na sila basta kakanin ng whatever. Pandesal na lang. No? Pag ayaw nila ng pandesal, may kakanin, marami sa palengke. Pero pandesal, wala. Kaysa naman lumakad pa yung mga tindera or may-ari. So, yun doon sila bumibili. Same price. Ang galing, no? Then, when I talked to him, sabi ko, sarili mo yung ikaw gumawa. Sabi niya, hindi sir. Nakikibenta lang ako. Nakikibenta, yung term niya. Sabi ko, okay, nakikinegosyo ka. So, nakikibenta lang siya. Actually, ang bigay sa kanya ng pandesal, piso. Tapos, binibenta niya 2 piso. Piso rin yung tubo niya. Tapos, tinanong ko siya kung ilang piraso yung dalawang styro. It's 500 pieces to 600. So, pag naubos, meron siyang 600 pesos. 3 hours, 600 pesos, parang lumalabas 200 per hour. Not bad. Sabi nga niya sa akin, I'm able to survive. So, may picture nga ako. Kaya sometimes share ko sa inyo. I'm able to survive during pandemic just because of this. Kaso lang, nawalan nga ng market din, nawalan yung mga tao sa palengke, medyo humina din ako. Pero I have other outlet. Bago dito sa palengke, pagkatapos dito, naubos. Kasi nag-umpisa siya ng alas 4 na madaling araw. So tapos siya alas 6, uwi siya, kuha na naman siya ng pero hindi na siya babalik sa palengke, ibang lugar naman yung bibintahan niya. Kaya sabi niya, average of 1,000 to 1,200 a day ang kita ko sa pagiging nakikinegosyo. So that's distribution. So pwede rin gawin yun. Kung meron kayong kakilala at meron kayong bakery, you can actually give jobs. No? Ano ba, may market doon. May isang place na medyo crowded at sa paradahan ng mga tricycle actually. So pwede yan, no? Pwede dalhin mo doon, may nakastyro yung pandesal, tapos small micro cottage approach. Pero pagka na-establish mo yung market, isipin mo naman 1,200 per day. How much yan in 30 days? Kasi every day siya nandun Monday to Sunday. So sa 1,000 na lang, that's 30,000. No? Tapos meron pa siyang what we call this, 200 times 30. So magkano yun? 200 times 30, that's 6,000. O di ba? O di mayroon siyang 36,000 sa loob ng isang buwan. Walang amo. Wala lahat. No? So, yeah. Hi, Anje, Miss Blanco. Good evening. Sorry. Yeah, shout out sa'yo. Ayan. Thank you, Christian, no, for your question. No? Thank you for your question. At least, yeah. It gives realizations that market penetration, if we talk about market penetrations, we're not talking about price alone. Market penetration pricing is a strategy, is a pricing strategy actually, a sort of a price approach na ginagamit ng ibang mga negosyante. Pero if we talk about market penetration, we are not talking about price alone. So marami ways to to penetrate the market. Ang dami po talagang ways. Kaya nagtataka ako bakit yeah, anyway, pag tinuro kasi no, pag you may observe no yung ibang nag-aaral ng management or marketing mga dating nag-aaral, you may try to talk to them. Medyo iba yung ano nila kasi yeah, theories, libro, yung thinking. But hopefully, no, we're able to change that because market penetration is not about pricing. It's about how you were able to enter the market. Can you enter the market without lowering the price? Definitely, 100% yes. Okay? As long as you're able to identify the segment and the behavior of the segment. But if the behavior of the segment is definitely about price sensitive sila, so you really have no choice but to lower your price. Kasi what they are looking at is prices. Okay? Aaron, hi, good evening, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining. Sir, kung natanong na po ito kanina, pero bakit po yung ibang franchisee hindi kumikita po kahit na nabigay na po sa kanila lahat ng materials para sa pagpo-promote? Saan po sila nagkulang? Actually, that's a very good question. Unang-una kasi, bago magtayo ng isang ng franchise outlet sa isang lugar, in a franchising business, nagkakaroon kasi yan ng nagkakandak muna yan ng feasibility study. Okay? Kasi pag hindi tama yung feasibility study, the moment na itayo mo yan dyan, hindi talaga yan bibenta. Na pag hindi yan bumenta, hindi talaga kikita yung franchisee. Hanggang sa mawalan na lang siya ng puhunan pambili ng materials or ng product para ibenta. Kasi yung benta naman niya dun sa una, naubos ng pambayad niya sa pwesto. Okay? Now, the best thing that you could do there is first do the right feasibility plan. No, yung feasibility study gawing tama. No? Halimbawa lang, show my business yan, show my franchise yan. Halimbawa lang po. So may palamig yan, may siomai, kung ano man yung tinda niya, may other businesses. Tapos, dun sa lugar na kung saan siya inilagay, so sabi ko, maraming tao dito, whatever. Pero yung mga tao doon, okay, meron na silang prepared food. No? Normally. Ngayon, sa conduct mo ng feasibility study, maliban sa tatanungin mo yung mga pwesto na nandoon sa lugar or what maliban sa ganon, you have to observe also, wide observation, visit the market multiple times, and then see kung ano yung mga nandun. Halimbawa, baka naman may dumadaan doon na tumatambay din na nagtitinda ng quick, ng fishball, whatever. So, kailangan mo yung pag-aralan ng ito. So, actually, market study ay isa sa dahilan kung bakit di kumikita yung franchise. Isa yan sa dahilan. Kasi, walang benta. Walang benta. Ito nakakatuwa kay kay Angel's Burger, kung napapansin niyo. Kasi Angel's Burger, hindi siya situated sometimes may mga Angel's Burger na outlet na hindi siya napunta sa isang lugar na strategic. Magugulat ka. Pero itinayo siya doon. No? So it's really a big question. Because during the conduct of feasibility study, maaring lumabas na yung market doon sa area willing pumunta kung nasaan si Angel's Burger, lalo kung walang Angel's Burger sa area. Tapos maraming gusto ng Angel's Burger. So, yan. So with your question, most of the time, there is problem during feasibility study. Yung nagkaroon ng market study, bago ilagay yung outlet doon, bago ilagay yung all the equipments and materials, may kulang doon or may problema doon sa market study. So, kaya sabi ko nga, pwedeng ang dahilan doon, nilagay mo doon, tapos magkano yung price ng siomai mo, maaaring hindi can't afford yung tao na nandoon in buying siomai. So baka hindi nakita yon nung nag-conduct ng study. So, halimbawa, si 35 pesos yan, or 30 pesos or 25 pesos, tapos ang merienda lang pala ng tao din, nasa 15 hanggang 20, kaya hindi siya ng siomai, no? Or nung kasi may bundle na siomai din ngayon, may siomai with rice na rin siyang binibenta, eh hindi nakita na yung mga tao doon, yung ano, yung crowded na area na yun, mga passers-by, or kung mayroon namang mga offices doon, baka nagbabaon sila o ayaw talaga din nila ng siomai with rice. So, yun yung isa sa concern. But most of the time, yan, medyo hindi nagiging critical yung feasibility study. That's why it fails. Hopefully, natanong natin na nasagot ko yun. No? So, marami kasing pwedeng tingnan. I've talked to so many franchisee before. I've heard so many different stories about franchising sa kanila. No? Sabi ko nga, katulad nung McDonald's dito sa may Anonas, magkatabi yan, McDonald's at saka yung Chowking. Naging kaibigan ko yung isang franchise owner din. Bombay yun eh. Nung nasa Nestle pa ako, hawak ko sila, yung Chowking. It's ano kasi Chowking is exclusive sa Nestle. So that's why I know na kanya din yung kabila. So when I talk, so yun yung na-discuss nila, no, na minsan may mga policy na sobrang higpit, na mabagal yung galaw, tapos pinupush sila ng bumili ng product, pinupush sila, tapos sa side naman nila mabagal yung galaw towards customers. So nagkakaroon ng mga issue on that area. Kaya ayun, they fail. So sometimes, diba? Seldom, but there is also a possibility na ang reason is yung mga what you call this, yung mga mismong um, franchise owner. Sila yung malaking dahilan din ng failure. Ayan. So hopefully I was able to answer your question, Aaron. No? Sir, like you just want to want to use market penetration because you want to find a way or strategies to improve the product than the price. Actually, when it talks about market penetration, this is more about market development. Eh, no? Regardless of the product, but market penetration is just about, kung mayroon ka ng produkto, it is just all about how you make sure that the product reaches the market. How you will able to make sure na you're able to penetrate the market. Yan kasi yung concept nung market penetration. So ganoon siya ka ano. So hindi siya about really developing product kasi that's product development. So ang market penetration is under siya nung market development. Kaya external ito. Na market penetration is external to the company. Kung ang concern is mas madali bang makapenetrate kung maganda yung produkto, depende. Sabi ko nga, kahit anong ganda ng produkto mo, kung hindi naman need ng market, hindi rin yan makapasok. So, ang kailangan, you offer the product that's needed by the market. In that sense, under product development, napag-aralan na yung product na yun intended for this market, yung area na yun. And that market really needed the product. So in that sense, you don't need pricing or whatever. Simpleng product development lang that is needed by that market. When you offer that product, you can easily penetrate. Nakapasok ka agad. Kaya kung napapansin niyo, no, one way of market penetration, simpleng-simple lang, no? Kapag kalimbawa, nabanggit ko to kanina sa isang klasiko na say for example, there is like a Chowking or whatever that is about to open in the area. Kung napapansin niyo, may nakalagay coming soon or opening soon, sorry. It's showing opening soon. No, pag coffee milk yan, pag coffee shop naman, brewing soon. So mga ganun. Nakita nyo na. So it's already being, it's done to entice, it's done to condition the mind of the customer na mayroong magbubukas dyan na something. Okay, so that's another way of penetrating market. Habang wala pa, advanced penetration, habang wala pa yung actual opening. So kinocondition mo na yung mind ng tao na mayroong magbubukas dyan. That's one way of doing market penetration. So that's under, again, market development. So kung gusto mo, with sabi nga ni Christian, kung product ang gagamitin mo, make it sure na yung product na dinevelop mo is needed by that particular market. In that so, ang daling makapasok. Katulad nga yung sinabi ko, yung tinapay na wala namang oven, pero merong bakery. Pero walang oven, wala lahat. Hindi binibake doon, hindi ginagawa doon. Nilagay doon, walang bakery doon sa paligid. Ang tao talaga, ang Pilipino talaga, pandesal talaga, most of the time. So, gumalaw siya. At Tapos ang ginawa pa ng isang outlet, nag-ano pa ng partnership sa isang sa isang isa, dalawa, tatlong bangko ng mga offices. So sa umaga, saka sa hapon, ayun, gumagawa silang pandesal o nagpapa-deliver silang pandesal. Uh, Hope that I was able to answer that one, Christian, with your question. Maraming okay, thank you, Aaron. I hope that I was able to clear out your question. So, if you planning, Aaron, or you have a friend or maybe your family planning to have a business, then later on do the offer a franchise. Pag may nag-open na, kasi iba kasi ganito no? Halimbawa, ako, sila yung owner ng franchise. Ako yung franchisee, bibili ako ng franchise. Yung iba kasi, basta nakapagbayad ka, nailagay na nila yung outlet mo dun, wala nang pakialam Hindi man lang pag sinabing, gusto ko dito magtayo, tapos nung magbukas ka na, hindi man lang pinag-aralan kung anong tawag dito, kung what we call this, uh, viable nga yung place. No? Kasi sila naman nakakaalam nun, yung franchisee, kaya lumapit sa kanila, kasi sila ang nakakaalam nung business, hindi man na sila nag-conduct ng rigid na feasibility study. Kung viable ba yung lugar na sinasabi ng franchising. So, hindi kasi porket inano niya, tapos doon, tapos lagay mo na. So, tulungan mo din sila. No? Tulungan mo. Tama yung sinabi ni Aaron kanina. Parang lahat kasi binigay na. Binigay. Pero hindi mo alam kung para saan yun. O sige, display mo yan, lagay mo dyan. That won't make sense Kung basta binigay mo lang sa kanila, tapos para sila na magagawa, that won't make sense. They should, the franchisee should understand kung ano yung kung para saan yung mga bagay nila. Ayan. So, Angelina, sininiwala ka po ba na magkaiba ang madiskarte sa business sa mautak sa business? Pag mautak ka kasi para sa akin, kasabay na yung diskarte doon na in a way. Naniniwala ako doon sa mga street smart na approach na parang hindi naman siya totally different doon sa approach ng libro, pero meron siyang something na ginagawa na parang hindi naman talaga fully nakalagay sa libro or what the book says or what kung ano yung mga turo sa school. I believe on that one. Pero yung mautak at saka madiskarte para sa akin they just join together in a way. Kasi kung mautak ka, madiskarte ka in somehow. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Pero maganda yon. Maganda yung ganung konsepto, mautak ka, madiskarte ka kasi you don't just follow what is kung ano yung trend. You don't just simply follow it. Maraming mga ganung klaseng negosyante, mga entrepreneur just going with the flow, going with the trend. So pag nawala yung trend, wala na rin sila. Kung hindi na sila uso, wala na rin. So pero may mga smart talaga na kung saan all throughout, they're not looking for trend, they're looking really for real business. Kasi if you just consider trend kasi, kung trend lang talaga yung pinag-uusapan natin, wala wala siyang ano ba tawag dito? Wala siyang sustainability. Kasi yung trend kasi nagbabago. Pareho tayo ng paniniwala. Okay, yeah, actually, that's good. I mean, no, pero ako naniniwala ako sa street smart na mga negosyante. Maraming ganun It's not about luck. Yung mga sabi nila, wala, hindi man nag-aral yan. Swerte naman. Hindi, it's not about luck. Street smart lang sila that when they try to observe the environment, what's going on, they pick details or information na sa tingin nila bagay para sa kanila. Kasi, halimbawa, iyan ang usong negosyo ngayon, nakita mo. Tapos, when you go back to your place, kasi nakita mo yung ganong negosyo uso ngayon, tinayo mo doon sa place mo, nagtayo ka. Then it happens na yung place na yun, hindi niya need yung nakita mong type ng business. So, yun, sabit ka na. So, hindi street smart yun. Hindi yun mauta, hindi yun madiskarte. So, yeah. May iba naman na yung madiskarte talaga in a way, kahit na hindi siya need, ako, hindi ko sinabing madiskarte ako, kahit hindi naman mabenta yung suka ko sa lugar namin, pero hinahanapan ko siya ng market kung saan siya pwede. And it just find out, no, sabi ko nga, ayun, kailangan ko palang mamili ng malaking bote kasi may order din ako. Na may lugar na talagang naghahanap ng market ko. So, pwede kang, ang pagiging madiskarte, pwede kang gumawa ng paraan on how are you going to make sure na ma-improve mo yung market mo. No, katulad nga nung sinabi ko dun sa aking estudyante, sabi ko, kung hindi nyo kayang bumili ng oven, hindi nyo kumulang magtayo pa ng other bakery kasi costly, tanong mo kung magkano yung glass, tanong sa tatay mo. Ganun. Tapos kung may kamag-anak man kayo sa anumang lugar, di suportahan nyo na lang ng tinapay. Tapos maglagay ka na nito. And sabi ko, it works. Apat na yung, tatlo yung outlet na yun, o yung ganong mga klaseng, parang pop-up store, tapos isang main bakery. So, actually, sinuggest ko din yan na way back then sa itong mga Senyor Pedro, yung Baliwag, yung Andox, no? Kasi wala pa ako nakitang pop-up store sila. Yung mga maliliit lang na outlet, maliliit na tindahan na wala yung lutuan, wala yung nagluluto ka ng wala yun, wala. Talagang oven lang na glass, pa-maintain lang yung hotness ng manok. Salamin yun, may ganun eh. No? And then hanap ka lang dun sa isang lugar na kung wala yung walang chicken na katulad ng mga binibenta ng Andos, Baliwag. Tayo mo doon, lagay mo doon. Tapos everyday, deliver ka lang. Halimbawa, mga 5 manok, 6 naman, o 10 manok, dalhin mo doon. Kasi maintain mo lang yung hotness. Of course, pag-aralan mo muna yung market kung mayroon talagang namimili ng mga chicken doon. Kasi kung mayroon, sayang naman. Yung opportunity na gusto nilang kumain ng hindi sila makaano kasi wala namang malapit. No, walang malapit. Kung nagbukas ka ng gano'n, okay, undocs pa rin. Pero wala yung talagang display lang. So, pwedeng pag-aralan, yung pop-up store na yun. Kasi diyan nabubuhay si Dunkin Donut eh. Di ba? Diyan nabubuhay si Dunkin Donut. Si Dunkin Donut ba, meron ba siyang bake and doon ba siya nagbi-bake? Doon ba siya Wala. Store lang yun. Tapos dadalhin lang yung donut doon. Ganun din yung konsepto. Nagandahan ng Dunkin Donut, pwesto siya sa commercial area. So sa bakery concept, yung tinuro ko, hindi na siya commercial area, but may market, may namimili. No? So, nabuhay si Dunkin Donuts sa ganyan, even Mr. Donut, no? Why not other type of business? Bakit hindi? Diba? Ayan. So, may isa din akong estudyante, nag-graduate siguro mga 2 years ago. Meron siyang milk shop. Tapos sabi niya, sir, wala kasi akong pambukas ng other outlet. So, pwede ba sa milk shop, sir, ito tinuro ko kasi I was able to share it with them as well. Sabi ko, kung ano ba yung product na available mo, kung talagang ang purong milk tea yung konsepto, gaano ba kalayo yan? Gaano kalayo? Tapos, what we call this? Kaya bang takbuhin ng motorcycle or bicycle or whatever? Sabi niya, medyo malayo sir, kaya ng motorcycle. O di magtayo ka doon na may available. Pero yung pag-mix niya, pag-develop, dito mo gawin kung saan yung yung material, yung machine mo. Kasi walang pinag-iba yan na meron kang Grab. Tapos yung customer umorder sa Grab, bumili sa'yo, di-deliver niya. Iyon, ang kagandahan doon, outlet mo yun. Pupunta yung customer doon, tuturo siya ng order, so hintayin lang niya kasi di-deliver mo doon. So hindi mo kailangan din mamili ng gamit or whatever. So, yeah. It's another approach na pwedeng gawin. Hi Gerald. Good evening. Shout out sa iyo, no? Thank you for joining. Yeah, that's true, no? Nag-aral ka tapos sabayan mo ng street smart, yung madiskarte na sinabi ni Miss Blanco. Yeah. It's not about luck. It's not really about luck. It's really about how you work and how you put ideas beyond the idea. So may idea ka na, ano pa yung maidagdag mo dun sa idea na in a way. Kasi ginagawa naman na ito even big companies ginagawa to. You have to just very observant and you have to be also considering whatever you have. No? Yung birds on hand principles, kung ano yung meron ka, yun yung i-consider mo. Kasi if you really wait for time to come na nakaipon ka, bago ka mag-establish ng business, maybe may failure eh. may within the time na nag-ipon ka, hindi natin alam kung anong pwedeng mangyari. So, and in so many instances, yung talagang pag-iipon, pag hindi ka nakaipon, usually hindi ka talaga nakakaano. Hindi ka talaga na, yeah, hayani, ayan, hindi ka talaga nakaka start ng business. Tama yan. Gerald. It's like, kahit yung subjects ninyo, may binigay yung profession na materials, you read. And then, up beyond that materials, gumamit ka pa ng ibang materials. Okay? You start doing the street smart approach na, teka, parang hindi ako kontento dito eh. So I should check something. And then, you try look outside habang lumalabas ka, nag-observe ka. That's street smart. No? Kasi, minsan, di ba, na-stuck tayo sa traffic. Parang boring. Ako pag na-stuck sa traffic pag nagko-commute, usually, or kahit nagda-drive ako pag nasa traffic, nag-iisip ako ng kung ano, no, tinitingnan ko yung mga nasa paligid. Galing yung advertisement nila. Galing yung ginawa nila. So, nag-iisip ako, tinitingnan ko yung sasakyan. Minsan yung jeep, nakita ko, galing yung display ng jeep. So, nag-iisip ako kung ano yung, okay, there's something. So, even yung mga vendor na nagtutulak sa kalye, tinitingnan ko yung ginagawa nila. Tinitingnan ko. Minsan, nakakabilib sila. No? Meron nga dito sa amin, sa Marikina, sa ilalim ng riverbank, hinuhuli nga lang sila ng OPS, ng Marikina, or Safety and Order para department. Kasi bawal sila talaga doon sa ilalim ng tulay. Kasi pag doon sila nakapila, mga siguro kariton to yung may mga siomai rice, tapos may java rice pa sila, something yun. So 35 pesos meron. Kasi itong mga nagtatrabaho, mga nakamotor, mga grab driver, mga galing sa opisina ng mga messenger, dumadaan talaga doon kumakain. Kasi sa halagang 30 pesos, meron ka ng rice, may siomai ka pa, java rice ka pa, no? 20, 25 pesos. So talagang dinudumog sila, siguro may mga 10 sila doon. So tinatanggal sila doon. Ngayon, dito sila malapit sa amin nakapila doon. Sa nung parudahan ng mga kotse. Sinusundan pa rin sila ng market. Sinusundan sila ng customer. Wala na sila doon sa ilalim ng tulay. Yung customer naman, sila naman ang hinahanap. So, hindi naman to formally nakapag-aral tong mga to. Pero alam nila kung ano yung product na kailangan. At alam nila kung kailan, anong oras, alam nila yung oras. Ayun. Minsan nga, 11 o'clock na yata yun ng gabi, 11:30 ng gabi, basta mag-alas 12 if I'm not mistaken. So, kakaparada ko lang doon sa parking kasi wala akong parking dito sa bahay. So, doon ako pumaparada. So, may public parking na free parking. So, wala nang padyak na masakyan pabalik sa bahay. So, ako at saka yung asawa ko, dumaan kami doon, kumain. Just imagine, 11 o'clock. Talagang ubusan pa yung rice. Parang 11 or basta 10 o'clock, something gano'n. Ubus yung rice na. So tumakbo pa sila doon papunta doon sa may riverbank kasi may 24 hours yata na restaurant na karinderya. Doon bumili pa silang rice. Wala lang nabigyan kami ng rice. So, kain ka rice na may siomai. It's really like they're really like doing well. And I believe these people are earning. Kasi kung hindi yan magtsatsaga doon. No? More or less, sabi nga nung isang one time na natanungan ko, so, 1,000, 1,500. At diba, daig mo pa yung manager ng Jollibee. Kung ganun yung kinikita mo araw-araw. No? Minsan, naisip ko, sabi ko, konti na lang, halos di na magkalayo utang ang kita natin. Bili mo, 36,000, take home mo yan. So, magkano yan? 18,000 in one cut-off. Eh, yung ibang mga supervisor, 18,000 lang isang buwan. Ikaw, 18,000 kalahating buwan. Diba? So, parang, gaganon na nga lang tayo in a way, no? So, it's, yan, tama yan, no? Distribution talaga is, again, ulitin ko, one of the best key to penetrate market. Hindi ako naniniwala dun sa babaan mo yung presyo. Kasi kung yung market naman, hindi talaga yun yung hinahanap nila na produkto, hindi talaga yung bibili. But if you distribute the product into the right market, 100% ako sure that it will really make sense in the market. Kaya I'd rather like focus more on distribution. Ako kasi is logistic person kasi ako eh. Nag-head ako ng supply chain. So talagang ang direction ko is more on the distribution. Kaya hindi ko, yeah, price really matters, no? Lalo na dun sa tipo ng merkado na papasukin mo. That matters. But it won't stop there. Hindi yan tumitigil doon sa price. Kasi yun nga, you have to have a very good distribution. Okay, so thank you for your questions. No, I was able to like at least no, it reminds me also nung mga time na nasa logistic business pa ako. No? Doon pa ako nagwo-work. No? Talagang you remind me. So salamat din sa inyong mga tanong. And with those questions that you have, ang kagandahan, it just proves to me na mayroon kayong iniisip. Ayaw nyo lang magsalita. No? Meron kayong idea, ayaw nyo lang ilabas. Okay? And especially if medyo naguguluhan ka dun sa idea, tanong mo kahit kanino na sa tingin mo na pwede kang sagutin ng tama. Na, alam mo kasi, ang dami kasi mga graduate, ang daming mga tao dyan pwede mo. Pupilosopo ka, pareho ka naman negosyo, wala mangyayari dyan. Kamilit ng iyong puhunan, kalit ng negosyo mo, kakalabanin mo yung mga, sino naman sabi sa'yo, kalabanin mo yung malalaking tao? Hindi mo naman gagawin yun, di ba? So, yun, tawag dito, tamang perspective, tamang approach will really make it will really make you different in the market. And that's proven. You can just imagine, dito ako sa Marikina, yung aking suka, bumibenta doon sa Bulacan, Valenzuela, sa Caloocan. So, it's just proved na yung sinabi ko na maaring hindi ka tanggap sa isang lugar, geographically, yung segment, hindi ka tanggap sa lugar na yan. Pero there is a place that probably, or most likely, needed your product. And bring your product there. Huwag mong ipilit dun sa lugar na hindi siya tanggap. Hindi siya need ng lugar. So you can always find a place na for your product to succeed. So lagi ninyo yung tatandaan. So there's, I don't really believe on the failure. Nasa diskarte yan kung paano mo masiguro na yung produkto mo nadala mo dun sa lugar na yun. That's what really matters. Kasi ano yan eh, product availability matters no, sa mga customer. Kasi, yun, katulad nga, sabi, gusto ko ng tinapay, pero wala naman tinapay. Wala naman ako mabili. Meron pa ibang lugar, no? Hindi ko alam kung dyan sa lugar niyo, pag nasa loob ka ng subdivision, lalabas ka, wala ka man na mabihan. Tapos pupunta ka sa isang lugar, may ingit ka, sabi mo, sana ganito sa atin, ano? Lalabas ka kahit madaling araw, ang dami mo pwedeng bilhin. Nakakabili ka pa ng kung ano-ano yung mga displays. May mga ganung lugar, eh. No? So, nasa isip mo yun. Kung marami naman tao doon sa lugar mo, obserbahan mo. Gawin mo yung nasa isip mo. Tapos pag mayroong negative sa paligid, mayaman lang sila. Trabaho wala. Tuloy mo lang. With what you have learned, then pagyamanin mo, palawakin mo. What you have learned, you have to improve it. You have to make sure that you're able to provide more other ideas pa doon sa learnings mo. That makes sense. Talk to people with sense. Kausapin mo yung mga taong may sense, no? Huwag mong kausapin yung taong negative. Minsan, yung nanay natin, minsan mega, minsan such a way. Sabi mo, kaya mo na lang ako kaya mo pinag-aral ng business para, di ba? So, really helped me. So, dito sa Marikina, dito sa may Concepcion, meron akong isang estudyante na napaka-supportive ng tatay. And, ayun, binuo nila yung coffee shop on wheels. No? So, coffee shop on wheels. And umiikot siya doon sa barangay nila and extending the place na iniikutan. And it makes sense. No? Pag Sunday, nakatambay siya sa isang malaking simbahan. Coffee. Ganda ng ice na tingin ako ng picture. And it making sense, bumibenta. No? Ayun nga lang, nakakapagod kasi kailangan gumising ka ng umaga. Kasi yung coffee, pang umaga talaga. Sa hapon, meron din naman nagko-coffee. Bihira naman yung nagko-coffee sa tanghali. Kaya sabi ko sa kanya, why not offer cold coffee? No? Kung meron kang hot coffee na sa umaga, di sa tanghali, convert mo sa cold. Hanap ka ng mixtures, no? Katulad nga ng mga milk tea. Pwede mo gawing milk tea. Uh, sa tanghali, para at least continuous yung operation. Hindi ka napuputol ng maga at sa kahapon. And yeah, it makes sense. Sabi ko, it makes sense. So, try nyo. So, I mean, ano yan eh, habang ginagawa mo yung negosyo, isip ka. No? So, brewed or whatever coffee yun, then, ayun. I remember before, if I'm not mistaken, alam ko, hindi ako nagkamali, ginawa yan ni Pepsi, yung retail. Yung retail, binabaso-baso yung pagtitinda. Yung katulad nung sa Jollibee, McDonald's na meron siyang dispenser ng soft drinks. Ginawa yan, umiikot, no? If I'm not mistaken. That's way back then. No? Pwede mong gawin. If that's alright. So kung nandun ka ngayon sa lugar, kung nasan ka, kahit nasa probinsya ka ngayon, observe mo. Observe, check, ask. Total, alam mo na yung mga pwedeng questions, you know? So, kung nag-solve ka, kunwari nagtitingin-tingin ka kung anong mga normal na ginagawa nila, malay mo kung ano yung nakita mo dito sa Maynila, kung ano yung discuss natin, pwede mo gawin. But, again, penetrating the market talaga is more on a distribution side. Um, kahit anong liit dyan na nakikita nyo, yung mga nagkakariton, nagtutulak ng kariton na may tindang gulay at saka mga prutas. That's distribution. That's distribution. No? Kasi you bring the product closer to the market. Okay? That's a simple but effective way of distribution. Kasi yung tao, lalo pag umikot ka sa loob ng subdivision, tamad yan lumabas. I just can't imagine siguro kung ilan na yung mga nagtutulak ng kariton na yumaman ng itong pandemic kasi 1 year na ito mahigit eh. Eh kung pumunta ka sa subdivision tapos ang mga tao doon takot lumabas, abay, patok ka kasi hindi ka tumugi. No, in a way. So, di ko alam kung ilan na sa kanila ang nagkapera. Sana na take advantage. Na take advantage. So, yeah. Yeah. Thank you once again, no, kay Gerald, Miss Blanco, kung andito pa sila, Mr. Dagyo, Christian, Aaron, no? So, thank you for joining. Ito yung mga so far, no, laging nakikinig sa akin. Yan, Terol, Guliano, ito si Cedric, no? Ito yung aking mga, what we call this, most of the time, listening. Kay Saragi, yan, si Miss Balagne, JM also, JM is here. Ayan, Kashi, no? Si Miss Donaire. Ayan, I know it's late night, no? It's late night with Prof Ron. And I'm just thinking for ano pa eh, anong topic gusto niyo pag-usapan. So you can actually provide me a topic na gusto nating pag-usapan, gusto niyo malaman. Pwede nating pag-usapan from time to time live. And katulad nun, ganda ng question kanina ni Iron, no? Yung mga, lalo na yung question ni Mr. Placido about franchising, no? At saka yung question ni Christian about market penetration. No, it really does matter. No? So, at least naliwanag, no? Hindi ko naisip yun na may mga thinking na gano'n. But yeah, it made me realize na, nga, pwede. Na ang iniisip ng bata kapag, nabanggit ko naman natin sa discussion mo kanina, kapag sinabi nila market penetration, price agad, lowering the price. Hindi po talaga ganun yun. No? So hopefully, it's clear. At alam ko nabanggit ko naman kanina din yun. No? Hindi po nakadepende ang market penetration sa pagbabalang ng presyo. Definitely hindi. So you can penetrate markets even without lowering the price of your product. Yan. So I think nakapag-discuss ako ng ng distribution, so napakahalaga sa akin yun kasi that what really also what we call this yun din yung linya ko eh, yun din yung gusto ko talagang pag-usapan in a way. and also distribution strategy uh, really makes business succeed. You know? One of the most important approach na pwedeng gamitin o pwedeng gawin. Ayan. Okay? So, I'm not sure who is still online, but I still have like uh, few viewers, four, no, viewers online. So that's very much appreciated. I'm not sure kung if you guys feel sleepy na, you can actually go to sleep, you know, in a way. And tulog na rin yung aking isang estudyante yung kausap in a way. But I usually do the live from time to time. So, gagawin ko po siya more or less every other night. Um, I hope that you're still able na I'm still audible. I'm not sure. Si Aeon still here. So, maraming salamat, Aeon. Yeah. Thank you so much now for staying. And I know you may have class tomorrow. Yeah, ano pala tayo, asynchronous pala tayo bukas. No? So, I can probably go live no? Tomorrow at your time. So, hindi sa Teams. So, just in case lang, baka may gustong magtanong sa klase na at least I can also, maybe I can do this, no? Yeah, Cedric. Kala ko tulog ka na. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great night with you guys. It's a great night, no? With you. Sleep na kayo. If you keep your YouTube open while I'm still here, okay lang. But yeah, you can save your data as well. But I know I really find like how interested your you know your class, most of the class. I really find how the interest of like learning. It's not just because you join my live stream, but it's just because I receive questions, you know, beyond the class discussion, and some of these questions are really pointing out into to business, and that's so much appreciated. Na-appreciate ko yan na sobra. And yeah, just keep going. All of you, keep going. So yeah, I might stay for a while. Baka there were other, you know, who would like to join pa na would like ask questions. Kasi kanina, I received a message sa amin, nag-request sa akin, sir, I don't have plans of going live, kaya hindi ako nag-message. But one student, former student of mine, said, sir, can you go live if we can join? So medyo na late yata ako. Hopefully, they were able to watch this. Um, ayan. Yung aking video about distribution, no? So it's like continuously getting number of views, no? So parang in a month parang nakakadagdagan siya ng or less than a month ng 100 viewers. So I'm just thinking how important siguro yung distribution and customer service. Customer service and distribution in video. And I found it helpful because a lot of you know still watching on it. Still watching on it. Okay? Like Yan, yan, sorry. Ayan, yan, yan. Okay, I have sound already. Yeah. Thank you. Nandiyan pa pala si Cedric. So, thanks for staying. No? Ayun. Uh, I'm just hoping no, na itong aking video will able to help also yung mga other viewers. No? And actually, this is the only third time that I do live stream. No? So, tatlong beses pa lang. At itong taon lang na to ako nagla-live stream. Sabi ko, ano ba tong live stream? Ano bang meron dito? So, it's a good venue pala kasi I cannot do discussion sa Teams kasi of course wala nang klase, bawal na. And dito palang live stream is a good venue to discuss things with students and to make other people also learn about uh, simple business approaches, mga street smart approaches, and in combination with theoretical, you know, applications no, sa school. Ayan. Okay, nag-on up on na kanina. Meron akong 9 viewers. I think hopefully sana sa susunod na mga buwan magiging dumami na yung ating viewers. No? And like I could reach like maka 20 viewers tayo. So marami tayong ma-educate no? Na individual. Because what is really common right now is like they have money, they know what how to put up business, but they always forget the essence and the importance of distribution management. Yung isang P doon sa 4 P's of marketing. All right. I also like waiting for students. I'm not sure, no? So maybe they will not be joining. Medyo late na kasi. No, yung about their consumer behavior research. So if you guys have consumer behavior and you're having hard time doing some part of it, um, you can also raise questions about it. I am seeing some topic that was developed and even statement of the problem that is actually medyo may kulang. No? So para lang maayos and magawa ng tama yung consumer behavior research. So yung research about consumer behavior. So that's actually part of not part but one example of a market research. So yeah. So kasi if we talk about market research, we talking about either we talk about the consumer's behavior, the effect of price changes, the effectivity of distribution, the either the effectivity of how effective is the what we call this promotions being done. Di ba yung company naggawa ng what we call this promotion and then i-test nila or i-check nila how effective is the promotion. Most of the time, nakikita nila yun sa respond ng market doon sa product. No, ngayon, pagka nakita nilang mababa, they do market research to check why the response is low. So why the customer acceptance is low. No? Bakit mababa yung customer acceptance? So they conduct research para malaman. So, it's either kasi ang dahilan ay consumer behavior or pwedeng ang dahilan ay tama. So yun. Okay. So sorry. Still go live. Meron pa akong 2 viewers. I'm not sure who are still here. Meron pa akong salamat din doon sa mga nag-likes. So mayroon pa akong yeah, 2 viewers. Oh, naging 8 na yung likes ko. So siguro delayed lang tong update na to. Ayan. Okay. I still have 3 viewers. So umangat na naman siya. Sino pa bang nandito? Hindi ko kasi nakikita, no? In a way. But thank you for all of you guys joining. So I really appreciate you guys still really wanted to learn. No? So bukas mag-display ako ng mga product ko dito para nakita doon sa live na ginagawa nating product na available sa market para just to show something, proof about product development, how product is being developed. Yeah. Alright, ayan, wait lang tayo, mukhang wala nang, and some are, okay, umaanam yung apat na naman yung aking viewers. I don't know who are still here. But if you if you have any questions about distribution, no? So, kung naging on-off. So, may nag-review tapos umaalis ka agad. Alright, so, ayan. At I'm happy for those who still, join me. So, I think wala na yata yung iba, no? So, magsa-silent live stream ako. Silent live stream. I will wait for whoever is like still joining. I there you go. Right. Okay, so meron pa akong dalawa. Di ko alam kung sino to. I'm sorry. Who are still joining me here sa tinambayan ako. So, just stay tuned. Um, may gagawin lang ako saglit. Alright? Uh, so, so far, wala nang I don't receive any question anymore. Um, but I will still able to, ayan, it's just like, ayun, may tatlo na naman akong viewer. Alright, itong stream na ito is intended really for sharing about business ideas. Earlier, I was able to share about distribution, so, ayan. And I'm happy to actually accommodate questions coming from the viewers. Okay, kamusta, sir? Kanina may question about market penetration. Also, I just really I was just really surprised about how students really understand about market penetration. So it's actually something strange. And I mean, to me, it's not strange. I've been thinking about it. No, na lagi ko napapansin that students when talk about market penetration, they always talk about price. But yeah, to penetrate the market, we are just not talking about price alone or price itself. So, ayan, meron akong tatlong viewers. Okay, so stay tuned. And hayaan lang muna natin yun dyan. Ayan. And I hope that they were able to stay with me for the next few hours of waiting. At naka-silent silent stream muna tayo. So waiting for so I still have like three viewers. So hi. So yeah, if you have any question, just post um on the chat box. You know, maybe you can share whatever questions you have. So yeah. Naka-silent, naka-silent tayo on LS silent stream. But as I mentioned, I used to be a consultant of this company before. Brilliant uh, mineral, brilliant miracle oil. Tawag sa kanila, miracle oil. So, tomorrow magla-live stream ulit ako. Celebrate na nag-year niyo. I think I have a new viewer. Nawala. Apat yung kanina ko yung nawala. Okay, may mga try to view. So, maybe not interested to ask a question. But still like two, three viewers online. Yeah, I'm back again. So I have like four viewers left here. Um, Actually, the stream is about business sharing of ideas or any questions that you have in mind, especially in terms of distribution, pricing the product. So that's actually the theme of discussion tonight. So earlier there were like questions about market penetration. What is this all about? There are also some questions about franchising. So I'm just thinking for those who are still here. Not sure who are still here, no? For viewers, I have four viewers in the room. Thank you so much. Um, that is what we have talked about earlier in discussion. So whoever we here, you'll feel free to ask me questions about business ideas, operations. You can actually ask me about particularly like call this distribution. So those are important aspect in business. Um, like product distribution, product management. So yun yung aking mga topic kanina. Ano yung pag-usapan. So, ayan. Alright, so yun yung ating main topic kanina. No? So may mga nagtanong din about feasibility study, thesis, some students asking about defense, um, asking for a live defense. May nagtanong din ng dynamic pricing. No? If dynamic pricing is pwede sa bigas. No? So actually, I mentioned about dynamic pricing also earlier. It's really very effective kapag unstable yung supply. No? Dynamic pricing may work as well in that area. So maganda siyang uh, considerations, no, in making use of dynamic pricing kasi sa variable pricing it's like from time to time babago, no, yung price ng isang commodities. It changes just because of some influencers. It's either the influence of supply, the influence of demand, the influence of other market forces. No? So, yun yung topic. Ayan. So, it's just an educational stream. Ayan. So, I've been live for like an hour and 45 minutes. So, earlier, I started late. Actually, like 10 o'clock in the evening. So, yun yung aking, yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Start live. So, yan. Yun yung tema ng aking discussion. Nandito pa si Francis. Oh, wow. That's quite strange. Thank you, Francis. Francis asked questions. Sir, can you explain to, again po, yung value-based pricing? Okay. Yeah, the value-based pricing usually, ito yung mga usual high-price product na. Ito yung mga company that usually produces high-price product. If we try to read kasi yung definition, if we try to look at the definition, parang yung first part sinasabi niya that if we talk about value-based price, we're talking about customers. This is looking about value regardless of price, whether low price, high price, or whatever. Pero in application, if you wanted to understand more about value-based, these are normally high-price products. Okay? Ito yung mga produkto that was perceived to have greater value by customers. And the what we call this, the manufacturer or the owner of the product usually price this high because they were able to develop the perceived value to the customers, a high quality value na sinasabi nila. So, so in short, it's just being used dun sa mga product that was priced normally high. Uh, Katulad nga nasabi ko, like Apple, Samsung, yung high-end ng Samsung phone, ano pa ba, Nike shoes, Adidas, no? So mga naka-value based price sila. So it's like that's what value based price all about, no? So usually a high price product talaga na develop. Sila yung usually gumagamit ng value based pricing. Okay. It's about the benefits that the customers were getting, and this benefits was perceived by the market. So yun yung nakikita ng market. Yun yung sinasabi lagi na narinig natin na pagka Nike yan, ganito yan, pagka Samsung high-end brand, ganito yan, kapag Apple, ganito yan. Yun yung mga usual na narinig natin. Because the perception, the customer perceive of that benefits. Yung tinatawag natin value base. So, we not get confused about it. You're still there, Francis. No? We don't get confused about it. Kasi, as I've mentioned, ang pinaka main base mo lang dito is, it's like, this is a normally high price product. Okay. A high perceived value ng produkto. Yun yung usually tinatawag nating value-based pricing. So hopefully I was able to answer your question. So ang lagi lang nating iniisip, ang lagi lang maging yeah, thank you also. Lagi lang ninyo iisipin sa para walang dito, no. The perceived value. Customers perceive the benefits of the product that was developed, the higher benefits that was perceived. So in that sense, nakikita yan ng manufacturer. Kaya ang ginagawa nila, since yung perception nila, yung benefits, kita nila sa customer na ang perceived benefits ng customer is mataas at they provide it, usually they price it high. So, iba yung konsepto ng lahat naman yung market may value. Lahat ng product na yan may value. Lahat yan. I mean, but the main concern about here in terms of pricing, no, in terms of pricing, the benefits that I'm getting, the value that I'm getting in the product itself, no, is different from one customer to a different customer. So, diba, lahat naman tayo gusto natin ng mamahalin. Alam natin yan na lahat gusto natin ng mamahalin na item. But, again, ulit-ulitin ko nga, hindi naman lahat have the same capacity. So, what is valuable so much for class D and E, yung mga nasa mababang laylayan natin ng lipunan, what's valuable to them is like a product that is being offered na kaya nila para sa kanila. Kaya, this is like a customer base kasi yung segment mo sila nakabase. Ngayon, ang value-based price, okay, customer-based din to in such a way. Pero since we're talking about pricing, so we attributed it in the value-based price strategy. Pwede nga siya, as I mentioned earlier, pwede siya sa scheming. It's like a scheming approach. Kaso lang, ang market scheming approach kasi is pagka pre-nice mo siya ng mataas, tapos later on, babawasan mo. Unti-unti mo siyang babawasan. So, hindi talaga siya healthy na approach kapag ka ginagawa mong gano'n. So, usually, this high-priced product, sila yung natatag. And that's actually the purpose. Sila yung natatag ng mga value-based product. Na, that was and the price that was the strategy that was used, the approach that was used is a value-based price approach. Yeah. So, yeah. So usually mga high-price product talaga ito. No? Kapag ka, sir, what if hindi ka kilala? Tapos gusto mong presyohan na mataas yung produkto mo kasi alam mong value base. Gagawin mo lang yun kapag ka may certain, what we call this, certain advantage ka, yung tinatawag natin unfair advantage or competitive advantage. Kung mayroon ka dun sa product mo na gano'n, that is needed by the market, pero wala sa sino man na offered sa market, you can use value base. Kasi yung value price there that was paid is yung need na kailangan na hindi ino-offer ng market. Okay? So kung balak mo naman, naging product manager ka, balak mong maggamit ng value base, to skim the price, mataas yung presyo, siguraduhin mo ma-identify mo yung competitive edge. Um, or the tinatawag nilang unfair advantage as compared to other product offered in the market. Pero kung ang offering mo is just the same lang din dun sa mga existing na mga brand, ay huwag ka na mag-value base. Huwag mo nang pangarapin. No? Kasi you may be able to spend much for you to get the market, for you to penetrate the market. Kasi wala kang particular advantage. Eh. So why should I trust you? Wherein pareho lang naman kayo ng ino-offer, tapos yung price mo pareho lang din. So why should I trust you? So the selling point there is like you can easily penetrate kapag ka na-identify mo yung competitive edge, yung unfair advantage. So pwede mong gamitin yung value-based pricing. Pero kung hindi, same lang kayo ng market offering, kung ano yung most common sa market, edi mag-competition based ka na lang. No? But of course, you have to consider your cost also. If the costing is or the price of the product up against the cost is good enough to do the competitors based pricing, then go ahead with competitor based. Kasi may other considerations din naman tayo. No? Aside from those major pricing approach, mayroong mga other considerations na pwedeng gawin. Um, yeah, katulad nga ng dynamic pricing, sa iba-iba siya. Pwedeng mataas, pwedeng gitna, pwedeng mababa. From time to time, nagbabago siya. So, ito na may isang approach na kung saan yung mga suppliers is has the capacity or capability to to play around with the demand or with the supply. So since pag unstable yan, ayun talaga nangyayari. Tataas, bababa, tinaling gasolina. As I keep on saying. So yun yung main reason for that. So I hope I was able to answer your question. If you're still there, no, Francis, with the value base. Dun nyo lang siya isipin lagi. Kaya minsan no, sa mga students, we just look at the definition ng value-based pricing. So hindi naman tinapos kung ano talagang content. Walang pinag-iba yan kapag ka nagbasa ka ng libro o nagbasa ka ng headlines tapos hindi mo tinapos basahin, um, you just jump into conclusions. Then yun, magkakaproblema ka talaga kasi hindi mo binasa yung buong content ng report, no? So, ganoon din sa libro. Pag hindi mo binasa yung buong content, talagang magano ka lang na pag value based, pwede naman na high value tapos low price. Um, Totoo yun, no? Yung high value, low price. Is, for example, sa rice. Ang rice, high value yan. Pero may rice na bababa ang presyo. Pero yung value niya is pareho lang. Kaso lang, yung mga mamahaling bigas, may added benefits. Pareho yung high value kasi pag hindi ka kumain ng rice, ang Pinoy, parang ang laki ng kulang eh. Parang, alam mo yan. So, high value siya, pero low price. Nangyari yun, totoo yun. Kasi yung type ng rice naman is iba doon sa mamahalin. So, na naman yun. Just away. Pero, in a pricing strategy, yun yung context ng value-based price. Mga high value item ito. Na yung benefits is more than what is expected by the customer. So, yun siya. In a way. So, thank you. Thank you, Francis. No, you're still here. Actually, I still have like few, like 4 more viewers who is joining, but it's true. It's already late. No? Yeah, it's the same to us tomorrow. Ah, okay. So what's your business anyway, Francis, if you mind? Well, thank you for sharing. Ano-anong type ng inyong business? Maybe you can share na kung baka makita natin if okay, okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see yung proposal na sa inyong business proposal. Kanina ko lang siya nakita actually yung inyong papel, no? I think it was submitted Tuesday. So I have like other things to check. So kanina ko lang siya nakita. Actually, uh, parang konti lang yung nakita, nilagay kong comments doon. No? So all is well naman yun sa ginawa niyo. So yeah, if you can use that one, you can make use of it as a structure. Pwede mo gamitin yung structure yun kung galing ka sa ganung base price mo and then kasi base price yun yung value based price. Meron kang competition base, meron kang customer base. Kung gagamitin mo yung value base from there, that's the approach. Tapos, you're gonna apply other pricing approach. So, kaya yung structure mo ngayon, hindi siya single approach. So, multiple approach siya. Kaya, yung customer naman ngayon, either, ang main cater mo talaga is yung value-based type of market. Yung value-based type customers. No? Pero, you're also catering dun sa other market by just offering a different structure. So, andun lang yung base price, then you do the structure. So, yun yung kagandahan doon. So, pwede yun. No? Pwede nga yan. A synergy channel. Yeah, yeah. I see that one. Actually, I've checked that one earlier at Francis. You can check. You can work with your financial already. No, kung ano yung mga templates na hinihingi doon or you can even do more templates na basta one ang basic lang doon is yung the credit templates. So, anong content ng mga pautang. So, of course, nandun yung name ng nangungutang, yung address, contact person, I mean, contact number, and of course, ano pang mga item na nakalagay dun sa isang listahan baga ng utang. No? Um, I really let students develop it para kung ano yung iba-ibang approach na nakikita ko and which is best approach, then we can also share. Kasi kapag define na yan, ang student, they will just follow it. So it's just a professor's idea now. It's not a student idea. So, yeah. So you can work with your financials. No? And a simple financial statement or income statement, yung sales, less of goods sold, gross profit, and then less other expenses, you know, or one of my expenses, then meron kang net profit. So, ayan. So, you can start working. No? I mean, you have like for ilang weeks pa? 7 more days, I believe, or 10 more days to work with it para at least meron ka ng magawa nyo na yung inyong ready na kayo for presentation. I don't know who are still here. So I still have four, so hopefully uh, yung aking alagang um, cat is like gustong lumabas sa kwarto. Okay, I still right here. Yeah, hopefully that is still that would make it clear. Are you with Mr. Garcia, Francis, or no? Francis is no longer on the line. Yeah, are you with Mr. Garcia? Sorry. Mm, are you with Mr. Garcia's group or no? I checked. So you're with Miss Blanco and Mr. Placido. The good thing with your group is that all the time you're here. You're almost complete. You, Mr. Placido, and Miss Blanco. So I don't think you'll be having hard time with the questions asked no, sa inyong final paper. No? So sa tingin ko, you will be able to have what do you call this? A better chance of like defending your paper. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for joining. If you can rest, no? You can in any case. But if you wish to turn your live, I mean your YouTube on, so okay lang din. No? But, it's like 12 o'clock in the morning already. And so, anyway, thank you so much. So I'm just waiting for someone to ask a question. He asked me to wait, but I don't know. Alright, I still be enjoying here. So meron pang, okay, for those who is just joined with the stream, actually I'm discussing about, this is about discussions and sharing about some businesses questions, no? Kung sino man yung nag-join. So may mga bagong joiner tayo. Right? If you wish, this is just, my stream is all about, business ideas, distribution, penetrations, anything about, different approaches in business. Yeah, it's actually what the content of the stream. I don't know if you're still here. I think Francis is still here. I think Aaron was no longer here, I believe. Miss Blanco also, I believe, not able, not here anymore. So, and so there we go. Still have like people asking. So yeah. So once again, shout out no sa mga nandito kanina, and of course to Francis Del Rosario who is still here. Um, Also shout out to Mr. Garcia. I believe they were not here anymore. Sir Placido. Actually, my wife earlier joined. Militante. Miss Blanco. Miss Dagio. Mr. Placido. Yeah, so, who joined me earlier. Miss Terol. Avellano. So, of course, Balagni. training together. I mean, earlier. But tonight, I think Francis is the one who first joined and the last to also join. Ayan. So, thank you. Right, so this is once again late night or a night with Prof Ron. So it's just like a very simple discussion of anything under the sun about business. So that's actually the main purpose of this live stream to help out students, other maybe other people who would like to ask about you know about business in terms of distribution, pricing. So what else? Distribution, pricing. Talk about that one and any other marketing approach. Okay. Uh, yeah. So I also gave some tips earlier about how you do other effective way of product distribution, less your costs, especially for small, micro, small, medium enterprise, so micro cottage, small, medium enterprise business. So you can actually, what do you call this, still make use of it. Okay, so I think, yeah, Francis, you can actually take your time to sleep now. So it's quite late. So meron pa akong three viewers. So magsa-silent stream muna ako. Still have to, I like, need to do something. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, good night, Francis. Thank you. Thank you then for joining and for the questions. So have a nice evening. Yeah, see you sa class discussion. Thank you. Medyo mamaya pa, meron pa akong hintay na tatlong viewers that is asking me actually. Thank you.